Hello, it's Cameron here. I'm just going to be covering Netflix stock today because it had quite a big decrease over the last couple of months. I think it's down, it's just under 700, down to 350. I think it actually went down to 331 at one point, so I was looking. But yeah, so I'm just going to be looking at why I think that is, and where I see the company in the future, and whether I think it's sort of cheap or what I think it's doing. So the bottom line, I think, is mainly the decrease is due to its operating income. So essentially, Netflix is growing, but one of the reasons for that growth aren't that good, because it's mainly through increasing prices rather than getting more users. And secondly, the profitability of the company is going down, which I'll get into more, which is due to the which you can see in the operating income margin, which we can see here. So Netflix is currently their quarter four results for this year was, or last year I guess, and was 631 million. And if we compare that to quarter four from the previous year, it was 954 million, which is actually quite a big decrease. And if we look at the reason for this, it comes down to the cost of revenues increasing. And this is generally seems to be down to more competition in the streaming space. So obviously more competition, they have to pay more for the resources, that sort of thing. Cost of revenues increases, which is basically just lowering Netflix's profitability. Um, yeah. So and also the revenues aren't really reflecting this increase in cost of revenues, as we can see. I'm not sure what the percentages would be on the increases, but you can see it's clearly this one's still stuck in seven, whereas this one's gone from 3 billion to 5 billion, I think it is. Um, but yeah, so that's the main thing. Another thing I wanted to touch on, which was a few people were talking about, was their cash position, um, which I think I might be able to get up. Um, I'm not sure if it says it on this one, but anyway, so their cash has actually gone down um, year on year, which quite a few people saw as a big negative. But when I was reading into it, it was more their cash has gone down, but also their assets in total assets in con total content assets had gone up massively as well, and that led me, not just me, I think I read this from a few people actually, led to believe that most of the cash was going into there, which isn't necessarily a big problem. And plus, Netflix has a lot of cash anyway, so it should be completely fine. Um, yes, so I think something which was mentioned, which I thought was quite interesting, was this graphic here, um, which is by Daniel Pronk. I think his name is, yeah, he's a YouTuber. Um, which shows where Netflix's revenue growth is actually, where Netflix's membership growth is actually happening. So you can see in North America, it's 1.6%, Europe 5%, Latin America 2.4%, and Asia is 86%. So what was that? Sorry, no, 8.6%. Sorry, I misread that. But yeah, so we can see most of their growth is there, and I think he goes quite well into this, which has a good graphic, which is basically Netflix hasn't really gotten into the Indian market yet, and personally, me, I'm quite bullish on the Indian economy. So I'm quite heavily invested in the Nifty 50, and I think that'll do really well. And considering I'm not sure if I think he had the graphic here somewhere, but yes, there you go. You can see the internet users for India is increasing massively, but the Netflix users aren't. And I think Netflix will continue to tap into the Asian market a lot more. And I think once they get into places like India, they will see uh, that kind of growth which they're looking for. Because obviously their growth at the moment is fueled by just increasing prices. I think their most recent one was they increased prices in Canada. Um, so yeah, um, but if we barrel it all back, I won't be buying Netflix. I don't think. I think the fact is they are growing, but their profitability is going down. And if I'm being honest, uh, unless they can tap into the Asian market a lot more, which they do seem to be doing, to be fair, but I don't see it really reflecting that in the long and until we get 5-10 years, so a really long time away. Um, so I wouldn't be buying it now, personally. Yeah, I think they actually recognise this as well. Yeah, because they're looking more into. I think in their annual report they talked about how they were looking into other sectors, things like gaming and that sort of area. Because as far as I'm aware, I think they were talking about how there was a sort of cap on people's entertainment time, and they wanted to basically just diverge into more of the online entertainment. But yeah, so that's my opinion on Netflix stock. But yeah, thank you very much for watching.